Hi everyone and welcome to the A-level edition of the memory recall activities. This is the second one. If you did the first one, congratulations. Hopefully you'll find it good. We'll try to keep some of the things the same, some slightly different this time based on a little bit of feedback. If this is the first one, then I hope you enjoy it. What we're going to do on each of these is we're going to do this idea of like an interleaving starter. So the whole point of this is that you try and leave at least a day between doing the videos. Don't do them like back to back because you're not going to get the same benefit from doing it. Afterwards, we're going to not afterwards, but the second part of the video, we're going to do a quick facts and formula test, again designed to strengthen that memory recall. So here are your 4 questions for today. Pause the video, take your time, have a go at it, and then the solutions will appear very shortly. Okay, so here are the solutions. So the first question, I'm asking you to find the y coordinate of the stationary point. So what I'm going to ask you to do here is to differentiate it first. So differentiate it, you get 6x minus 1. Make it equal to 0 because it's a stationary point and solve it for your x value. Once you've got your x coordinate, you can sub it back in to get your y coordinate value. I've left mine as a fraction, but if you've left it as a decimal, that's fine. The problem with the decimal is that it continues, so you're going to have to round it, and if you round it, you need to say what you've rounded it to, whereas a fraction, it's a lot neater. Next one, we've got an integration again. This time we've got a definite integration, so between two values. What I'm suggesting you do is you rearrange it first to make it with your indices. Then you need to make sure you're using your square brackets once you've integrated. So substitute your numbers in, and I've left mine as 6 root 2 plus 9 over 2. You could have had 6 root 2 plus 4.5 or 4.5, but you need to leave it as 6.2. It does say the exact value, so you need to leave the root 2 part in there. No decimals at this point, apart from the 4.5 potentially at the end. Okay, next one we're solving a trig equation. This time we've got sine squared x equals 0.5. Square root both sides, so square root and a half, you're going to get a quarter, but remember you've got a positive and a negative solution. So once you've got your positive and negative solutions, draw yourself a quick sketch of your sine graph, work out where a quarter is, get your principal value, use the symmetry to get the next bit. These two are both from your positive section. The minus a quarter is the section that's going to be underneath the graph from 180 to 360. And here they are there. Hopefully you've done that well. If you've only got 2 answers, then again, you need to think quite carefully about what happens when you square root. Don't forget your minus. Last one, asking you for the radius of this circle. The way to do this is you're going to have to put it in completed the square form first. I like to get my x's together first, just so that I can see. And so I complete the square on my x's, complete the square on my y's, collect all my numbers together, and then move my numbers to the right-hand side so I can see my radius. Remembering it's in the form x squared plus y squared equals r squared, and then we have to square root the number at the end. If you need to green pen anything, obviously pause the video at this point and then hopefully the next time you see it, we'll do better. Okay, let's move on. So this time we've got a load of formulas for you. I've kept some the same, a few a little bit different this time. So the first one, equation of a line given 2 coordinates. We've got area of a trapezium, cosine rule, volume of a right circular cone, quadratic formula, and another exact value. This time we're doing cos 60. So pause the video, write down your solutions and check them in a second. Okay, and here are the solutions. So y minus y1 is equals mx minus x1. That's your standard equation of a line, of a straight line. Nice when you've got 2 coordinates. Area of a trapezium. Oh, by the way, you can use either of these coordinates here to put into your equation. To work out your gradient, you need to do your changing y's over your changing x's to get your m value. Next one, area of a trapezium. We've got half the sum of the parallel sides times the distance between them. Cosine rule. Volume of a right circular cone. I deliberately called it a right circular cone because that's its proper name. So it means a right angled cone with a circular base. So a third pi r squared h. Quadratic formula, and the exact value of cos 60 is a half. Okay, hopefully you found this useful. Keep a record of how well you're doing, any topics that you need to practice while you're off, and get in touch with either your classroom teacher or me or whatever. But keep practicing these if you're finding them useful, and hopefully we'll see you all soon. Cheers, bye bye.